All right, man. Saturday.
Where do you want me to go? Because if I just take off, it's not going to be good. And I won't shut up for 40 minutes. Give me a guide me in the direction you want me to go.
Well, I got to say, when we see real football on Saturdays, by the time we get here on Thursdays, it's still fresh in my mind, and I can point out because it's more, I don't know, real and situational, and I can put plays in my mind and situations, but watching practice, basically, it just doesn't. You know, I thought, what comes to mind? I thought, of course, Henry Parrish got a lot of work early. I thought Thad Franklin made some plays and looked decent running the football. I thought that a number of guys dropped passes. I thought Tyler Van Dyke. I heard good reviews about Van Dyke. Now, I'm not concerned, so it doesn't really matter what he showed out there. He's proven in real games what he can do, but I thought he missed a lot of throws early, and then he threw a beautiful ball on a, I don't know what that was because I just saw the pass, so I don't know what the route was. It might have been a deep crossing route from right to left sideline, and he took it right over to the defender, and it was dropped. I think it was Jacoby George, I think, and another one on the
Yep.
right sideline that was dropped. That was a deep throw.
Yeah,
Um,
that was the story of the day.
yeah. So let's start with wide receiver play because everybody noticed that.
Dude. All right. All right. Gotta collect my thoughts here. Collect my thoughts. It was a bad day for the wide receivers and the quarterbacks to have a bad practice. That's the best way I will start out. Okay. A lot of drop passes, a lot of miscommunication, a lot of missed ball placement that I believe will work for the betterment of the Miami Hurricanes moving forward. Now, why would you say that? Usually, what happens in between February to July, you see those products come out in September through the next December, right? What I'm saying is, when young men have these overly great springs and amazing spring games and the oohs and ahs, they go into training camp feeling like big chest. I got it. I'm the man. I had the crowd going ooh and ah at the spring game. I got this. I'm dominant. I believe these young men, number one, the offensive coordinator is also the wide receivers coach. So he's going to take what happened on Saturday very personally, that his guys and what his guys did is the talk of the spring game. Okay, number two, this is again a practice. It was a public practice that 18 plus thousand people had the ability to see the product of the University of Miami. Right now, I again do not think that these young men, a lot of them, will be on the roster and that this team will look anything like it did right now, April 21st, as it will July, June, as soon as June, July, August of 2022. The wide receivers in particular, mixed with what was going on with our quarterbacks, all three quarterbacks, Curry, Jake, who had a really good practice, and TVD. We were off. Bad ball placement, and when the ball placement was good, we had some really rough drops. From some people we don't expect drops from. Keyshawn, Xavier, Restrepo, Frank Latson. I mean, we had some uncharacteristic and characteristic drops. The beautiful part is, Mark, that's something that you can coach. That's something that you can fix. It's a focus issue. Okay, ball placement is technique and focus. Bringing that ball in is technique and focus. It's a little different if a young man just can't get off blocks because he just isn't good. It's different if a young man can't create separation because he's not fast. A young man having a defensive back beat and the corner is trailing and trying to catch up, and the QB puts it a little bit too far outside, and the wide receiver still tries to go out to try to make their quarterback look right because that's their job. When the ball is in the air, it's your ball, and you happen to drop it. Now, the coaches would understand, hey, that ball wasn't thrown right. All right. The wide receiver will understand the ball wasn't thrown right. But it's not their job to get up and go, what you doing? Nope. They make sure they get up, head down, shake your head a little bit, hustle to the huddle, and let's do it over again. You was trying to say something, Mark?
No, sir. No,
Okay,
you had
okay.
froze, and I was about to.
Oh, okay.
Just,
My bad.
no.
So it's little intricacies like that. Okay. Now, when you break down the film, you see those little things. You see TBD not getting the shoulders right before he lets it fly, and making sure his feet aren't in the right place as we're throwing the ball. Okay. But again, my mind works that it's a little different, So with the wide receivers, you see them being drifted out a little bit because they're not as strong. The quarterback's a little stronger. So he's pressing and pushing you because the sideline is his friend. Okay, it ain't PI if you go out of bounds. Now, if I deliberately push you out, right, that's different. But if I'm looking for the ball too, and as I'm drifting, you go out also, that ain't PI. Okay. Now, there were times where the ball was put in a great position and the wide receivers just dropped it. I'm not here to make excuses for anyone. What I am here to say is this. When it came to what the wide receivers brought to the table, when it comes to TBD, to Curry, and Jake Garcia being a little off, I believe if we were to grade them off of the entire practice and all of spring ball, which a lot of us were not able to see, we would understand that they had a bad practice, and it was a bad day to have a bad practice in front of all those cameras and in front of all those people. To me, I'm not necessarily extremely worried. Again, I believe that the deficiencies are something that we can fix and something that we can coach up, something that we can work on. Okay, those wide receivers were wide. I mean, some of the route combinations, they were wide open. And either the quarterback didn't do their job and put it in a place where they can catch it, or the wide receiver didn't bring it in. All right. Again, it's not like it was with maybe a Wiggins and a Pope to where it was like 2 years of this. It's one day, in my opinion. Okay. For overall, I think Jake Garcia had the best day out of everybody. He looked better than TBD. And Curry has some ways to go. And that's all right, man. That's okay. The beautiful part is he has two really good quarterbacks in front of him. I'm not saying Curry is completely out the battle. Maybe he does get better over the summer with his personal training, and he can come and really win second quarterback. I'm not willing to just give that to Jake Garcia. But if we were to take this practice, in which was public, that was video, that was filmed, and all those people were there, Jake Garcia looked like the better QB. Not saying that there's a QB controversy and that Jake Garcia should start over TBD and Curry should transfer. I'm not saying any of that. But based on the film that I reviewed and based on what we were able to watch, Miami is in good hands with Jake Garcia. And secondly, Miami needs a couple of wide receivers to take that next step. And it's not just about chirping about it. It's not being a leader because you jump in the front of the line. It's not being a leader because you're the tough slot receiver that gets hit over the middle. No, we need to be able to make plays based on what we do when the games are played. Okay, and that's coming up here in about 3 or 4 months here. So we'll get a chance to see if all this leadership talk and all of this rah talk is going to equate to some big playability on Saturdays.